Well, hello. This is Victor Alpha 5 with Delta Charlie Sierra. And this short presentation will be on getting your amateur radio license. And this is specifically for Canadians. Again, that's very important. This is specifically for Canadians. So again, I just want to say congratulations on making a decision to enter the exciting world of ham radio. There's truly a lot of exciting things that you can explore once you get your amateur radio license. Well, in order to get your radio amateur license, in order to operate on the radio amateur bands in Canada, you must first hold a basic or advanced certificate of proficiency in amateur radio. Now, this certificate is issued by Industry Canada after completing the basic or the advanced exam. Now, I will say that passing the exam does take some work. Passing the exam will take some study, so be prepared to study for an hour a day for about 3 weeks. And once you pass the exam, you enter the wonderful world of ham radio. When the examiner takes the results of your exam, he enters them into Industry Canada's database, and at that point, you may create an account and request for a preferred call sign if it's available. Now, this is important because Canadians must prepare for the Canadian exam from Industry Canada. The Canadian exams are actually governed by Industry Canada, and the classes of exams are basically the basic with honors, and advanced. The American exams are governed by the governing body of the FCC. They've got 3 classes of license. They've got the technician's class, the general, and the extra class. And you need to be aware, if you're Canadian studying for the exam, you do not want to do anything related to the FCC. In Canada, all of our rules and regulations and standards come from Industry Canada. Now, in order to gain privileges on the ham bands, you must pass the basic exam with a 70%, but getting better than 80% on the same exam will give you extra privileges. You can see by the charts below that it's well worth going for the 80% and studying a little harder. You have access to all the HF frequencies in addition to 70 centimeter and the 2 meter bands. Okay, in order to be successful, what you'll need to do to prepare is find a place where you can get into the proper frame of mind. You'll need a quiet place to study. You'll need to have an attitude of determination, and you'll need to be positive. It took me 3 times before I got the score that I wanted, but I stuck with it and I finally did pass. Some of the tools and resources that you'll want to invest in is you'll want to buy the newest version of the ham study guide. You want to get the newest version because sometimes there are some changes that will impact the exam. If you can afford it, get a subscription to hamstudy.com. I did, and I found that very helpful. If there's another person that you know that wants to get a ham license, then form a study group and study with them. And of course, the best thing is if you can get into a classroom experience, then I would highly recommend that. We had a couple of guys in our ham club that were instructors, and they actually ran a class, and so I joined the class and studied with some others, and that was very helpful. Okay, so what's on the exam? In this next part, we'll basically briefly go over the exam and how it's divided up. Okay, so the basic exam, it's a 100 question exam, and the questions are taken from a question pool of about 1,000 questions. You're going to need 70% to pass, but like I said, they strive to get the 80. It's well worth it. There's no cost for the exam, and once you get your call sign, you have it for life, and there's no fees to actually maintain it. Okay, the exam is broken down into 7 sections. Rules and regulations, operating procedures, basic electronics, circuit fundamentals, functional layout, propagation, antenna systems, and interference and suppression. Okay, finally, some other helpful tips. Get a mobile app for your phone to help you study. I did, and I found it helpful. Sign up with a radio club in your area. There's lots of people that will know a lot about ham radio and can help you with your study. Find somebody else that's interested in getting their ham radio license and study with them, or better yet, join a class. Watch everything you can on ham radio. I did. Anything to do with any one of those 7 topics, I watched it no matter what. And finally, never ever give up. This is Victor Alpha 5 Delta Charlie Sierra, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, click the like for me. Thank you.